Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 7 tips with you guys on how to choose your first designer bag. But before we get into today's video, I do want to say welcome back to all of my subscribers. Hey guys. I also want to extend a warm welcome to anyone who is on my channel for the first time. If you're new here, my name is B and I do videos all about luxury, fashion, and beauty. So if you're into any of those things, then I would love for you to join our family by clicking on that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can keep up with my content and craziness. So the first tip I have for you guys is to make sure that you do your research. I know that is so cliche and you've probably heard it before, but I'm going to break that down even further. So what you specifically want to research when buying your first designer bag is you want to research the value of the bag, and you also want to research the best time to buy the bag. So the reason why it's very important for you to research the value of the bag is because you want to make sure that you are making a good investment. Now I know the term investment gets thrown around a lot, and a lot of people aren't purchasing, bags to sell them or to make a business, and I fully understand that. But my thought process is, if I'm going to be spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on something, then I want it to hold its value. So when it comes to bags, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and Hermes are what I would say are the go-to brands that you want to go to for your first purchase. So the reason why I specifically named those brands is because those 3 brands, their bags hold the most value. So let me give you a very specific example. Prior to the pandemic, I went into Chanel and I was looking at the Chanel Classic Flat Bag in the medium size. That bag was $5,600. All right, as of today, that same exact bag made with the same materials, like nothing's changed, right? That same bag is $7,800. Imagine buying that bag then and seeing that price increase now. If you wanted to sell it, you'd be making more than $2,000 on the bag. And if you just wanted to keep it, then you have that assurance that if you ever were to sell it, you could make so much more than you paid for it. I don't know how you guys did in your economics class, but let's do a little refresher. It's honestly all about supply and demand. There is a high demand for those bags, but there is a limited supply because they want to remain exclusive. So there's a limited number of bags that they can sell, so they can raise the prices because the demand is there. Wow, I actually remember that from my high school economics class. I hope my high school economics teacher would be proud. If you're watching, hi Miss Mills. So guys, I know I totally just name dropped 3 very specific brands, right? Now let's say you're watching my video and you're like, but B, I don't care for any of those brands, like they do nothing for me. Should I still purchase my first designer bag? And I think absolutely, girl. And just for reference, I will never tell anybody not to get their designer bag. Like that's just, girl, get the bag. And if you're a guy watching this, boy, get that bag, okay? Now, what is a girl or guy to do? It's not Chanel, it's not Hermes, and it's not Louis. Well, guess what? You can still get, well, you can do whatever you want. You're grown, right? Who am I to tell you? But I still advise that you get a bag, but I will say that make sure that the bag that you're purchasing will hold at least 80% of its value. So look at how much you're going to pay for it, and then make sure that it can retain 80% of that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you are going to be using the bag, right? Let's just be fair. You're going to take the bag, you're going to use it every day. I don't know how rough you are, throw it on the ground. Okay, don't throw the bag on the ground. Never do that, okay? I don't do that, and I'm not encouraging to do that, but some people are rough, and I've seen, like, some people just really, like, just throw their ground on the bag, like, they don't care about it. So let me reel it back in, all right? The point I'm trying to make is that the bag gets used, so 80%, an 80% resale value, I think, is reasonable. So when you're buying your bag, you go on the website, you look at the price of your bag, and then you go on like a Preloved Market. We're going to get into that for the next tip, but you go on the Preloved Market and you see how much that same bag is used, and if it's about 80% of what they're asking for, from the actual website, then I think it's a great investment and I think you should definitely get it. So the next thing you want to research is the best time to get the bag. So like I previously shared with you guys, certain brands raise their prices every year. That's just a given. Even brands outside of the 3 brands I just talked about. So you want to become familiar with when those times are, and you want to try to get in there before that price increase so that, you know, you're not left, you know, spending hundreds of dollars. I don't know why I'm laughing. It just the thought of that. Like, imagine really wanting a bag, right? And you like save up all your money and you have the money and then the price goes up and you're like, dang, like. All right, I'm sorry guys. I told you guys to subscribe for my content and craziness. That's a little bit of the craziness, but definitely research the best time. And the final tip about research is you want to do exactly what you're doing now. You want to make sure that you're, you know, going on YouTube and watching videos, whether it's just about, you know, buying your first bag or actually seeing the bag that you're interested in and like getting a review of it, watching videos like what fits in my bag, seeing how, you know, the bag fits on, you know, someone with a body type that's similar to yours, possibly even going in stores if you have a boutique near you or if you have it in a mall. Just really being active in terms of, you know, learning as much as you can about the bag. So the second tip I have for you guys is to consider purchasing from the Preloved Market. So the Preloved Market is typically any website that you go on that sells designer bags that have been previously used, or somebody purchased it, they may not have used it, but it belonged to someone, you know, before you. So personally, I have never purchased anything from the Preloved Market, and that's not because, you know, I would never buy anything used. It's simply because I enjoy the experience, guys, of going into boutiques. For me, it's like an experience, right? I love going into the boutiques. I love preparing, looking cute, wearing my nice outfit and going. I love being in the stores and talking to the sales associates, kind of picking their brains about the bags, trying the bags on, and it's just an experience for me, right? And also, I'm still working on the fact that when you do buy from the Preloved Market, sometimes the bags may not be perfect. For me, because of the cost of the bags, I'm still battling with getting a bag, spending so much on a bag, and it like having minor issues. So you really have to look at yourself and decide if that's something for you. I'm coming to terms with that, and I definitely do plan on purchasing stuff in the Preloved Market as my collection grows. But so far I haven't done that, but I definitely encourage everybody else to do that. The way it works is the more like marks or scuffs or imperfections the bag have, the more of a discount you'll get, right? So on the Preloved Market, we talked about Chanel a little bit earlier and how their prices are increasing. You can find some of those same classic bags on the Preloved Market, and you'll find it for significantly less. I think I've seen bags for like $3,000 that are in store for $7,800, but you know, it's been around and it has some imperfections. So really think about that and see where you are with that. So some of the places to look for, like when I'm saying Preloved Market, that's very like broad term, right? So it'll be like on websites specifically like Fashion File, The Real Real, Farfetched, you know, those types of websites. Or you can also find them on like social media. So I know Facebook is known for having so many groups, and that's like what the group is for, right? And what I like about purchasing from the Facebook group is that the sellers are typically vetted, and so they are not people that are going to scam you. So let's say you go on Facebook and you find a bag that you want to buy, you just ask in the group about a specific seller that you're considering purchasing from, and people who have previously purchased from that seller will come and tell you, oh, this person sells authentic bags and you're good. You can, you know, trust that person and purchase the bag. So scams are out there. So what I will say is before you buy from a Facebook group or a website, make sure that it's reputable and it's known for selling authentic bags. You don't just want to hop on any website that says they sell Preloved bags and purchase from it. You don't just want to join any Facebook group. You know, you kind of want to do your research and see which ones are legit and which ones are not. So the third tip I have for you guys is to purchase your designer bags when they are on sale. So we've already talked about the brands that typically don't do sales, right? But there are other bags that do have sales, and those sales happen around the same time. So when they do happen, that'll be like your perfect opportunity to get the bag. So definitely consider sales from those brands directly, or you can also find the sales from department stores. So tip number 4 is you want to make sure you get a bag that is versatile. Your bag should be able to transition from day to night flawlessly. So what I mean by this is you want to make sure that you can easily take your bag out to lunch with your girls and hang out or do some sort of daytime activity, but at the same time you should be able to take that same bag and be able to wear it at night. So if you have a date with your boo, your husband, or whatever, you should be able to do something at night with the bag too. I also think that color is very important as well. You want to be practical in terms of the color that you're purchasing. For a first bag, I think it will make the most sense to get maybe like a neutral color. You can get something like black or white or like a nude. The reasoning behind this is because you want to make sure that you get your cost per wear. So cost per wear simply means that you're able to get pretty much your money's worth out of the bag. So the 5th tip that I have for you guys is to make sure that you get a bag that is functional. Now, in terms of functionality, it may mean something different on a case-by-case basis. So for example, if your first designer bag is solely for work, then you want to make sure that you get like a bag, maybe like a tote bag, and you want to ensure that it'll fit all of your items. There's no point in getting like a mini bag for work because it's just not functional, right? It's not practical and you're not going to use it. Definitely look at reviews, check out the bag and see and make sure that it's functional, that it can, you know, function in the way that you need it to for whatever reason you're buying it. Tip number 6 is to avoid trends at all costs when it comes to your first bag. I do think that trends can be fun. However, I wouldn't suggest that anybody get a trendy bag as their first bag for the simple fact that the trend may die down and you're stuck with the bag that you spend hundreds, maybe even thousands on that you get zero use out of. I do think that there is a time and place for trendy bags, but I don't think that it's something that I would encourage anybody to buy as their first bag. Trends are temporary and they come and go, but you really want your first bag to be a bag that lasts you a lifetime. The 7th, okay, we're on number 7, guys. If you're still here and you made it, thank you so much for your patience. But the last and probably the most important tip I have for you guys is to buy a bag that you love. I do want you to consider all of these things, but at the end of the day, it's really your money that you worked hard to earn. So when you're buying your first bag, all the tips that I previously shared are things to think about, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, the choice is yours, not the trend. The trend is not yours. The choice is yours. Alright guys, so that completes today's video. I do want to share that I plan on putting out another video similar to this. So in today's video, we talked about how to pick your first bag. In the next video, I plan on actually going in and showing you some actual bags to consider. And I can tell you why I think that they are a good investment. So if that's something that you're interested in, please let me know down below. And just, you know, the topic in general, if you love luxe videos, I'm your girl, guys. That's where my channel is going. If you go back and you look at my channel, you'll see that I did a lot of hair videos, but now I'm definitely going in a different direction. So I would love for you to be a part of our family. We are glowing. Yeah, we're definitely glowing, girl. I'm glowing. Are you glowing? You glowing? We are definitely growing, kind of at a slow pace, but I know that a lot of that is on me. I need to work on my consistency, but I'm definitely gonna try to put out more videos for you guys so that we can get this thing going. If you like this video, then show me that you liked it by pressing on the like button. Also, go ahead and comment down below. If you're someone who already purchased your first designer bag, let me know if you considered any of my tips before purchasing your bag, like if you've heard them before in another video, or if you know, already knew some of the things I shared. Which one of the tips did you really consider when buying your bag? If you're somebody who plans on buying a bag, let me know if my tips were helpful to you at all. And finally, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell so that you can get notified every time I release a new video. Bye guys.